And we're live.
That was pathetic. What is going on, people? Welcome to episode 2 of the Slightly Good podcast. We are back again for another week. Thank you so much to the reception that we've had. Is that the right word? The reception, the feedback, whatever you want to call it, from the first week. It was, as we said at the time, a lot longer than we anticipated, but we certainly enjoyed it. And well, we said it would be weekly, so we are back. Thank you to Dan for editing the first one together. I know that took a long time.
Oh, beyond belief.
I love the little snippets at the beginning and end, especially at the end with me laughing and then just calling it pathetic. I thought that fitting quite well.
Yeah, I thought it summed it up quite nicely. Sums us up as people as well, so, you know.
Does it?
But let's go around and do introductions again. Of course, I am Jamie, as you guys know. Dan's already spoken. Let's say hello to Dan.
Hello, I'm Dan. I am Dan.
How are you doing this week, Dan?
Oh, I'm very well, very well. Very stressed, very stressed.
Why are you stressed, Dan?
Oh, work, mate. Let's not get into this, because it's a fun podcast for fun people.
Excellent. Well, speaking of fun, someone who doesn't have any fun in their life is Dale. Say hello, Dale.
Yo.
How are you this week, Dale?
That's surprisingly okay, actually, for once, and not as miserable.
And he's
Are we going to
alive.
have your live hanging this week?
No, I don't feel like I want to hang myself this week. Not just yet, anyway.
Oh,
That's a shame.
I was listening back to the pod, and when you said that, there was a slight pause, and I just went, "Well, we look forward to that."
Yeah, I
Like,
did.
oh,
I did.
God.
I did listen to that and think maybe I need to reevaluate my life and realise that my friends actually want me to do this.
I never said I wanted
Well,
you to do it. I just thought it'd be entertaining viewing.
It's not that
I
we
mean-
want, it's just that we just don't care.
Wow. Well, thanks, Dan. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm all right.
How's your week been?
Stressful, very.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Enlighten us. Why has your week been stressful?
Mixing work with uni assignments and buying a house, it's not fun.
Woo! Check you out. Buying a
I know,
house.
becoming an adult, finally.
You'll never be an adult, don't lie.
No, in my brain, I'm a
Plus, you're not really-
26-year-old
you're not
person.
really-
In height, I'm more like a 6-year-old, but that's not the point.
I was going to say, you're not really tall enough to class as an adult,
Well,
but we'll move on.
It is what it is. Warwick Davis is still classed as an adult.
He's more of a man than you'll ever be.
Yeah, I don't dispute that.
And lastly, Luke.
Hello, the viewers. That's all I have to say.
That was even worse than last week, Lou.
I don't
I was
care.
thinking,
Hi,
Hello,
guys!
the
Hi, guys.
hello there, viewers.
Hello, the viewers.
Hospital Live.
Slightly predatorial.
Dr. Bob.
Oh.
How has your week been, Luke?
All right so far. What was it? It's Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday.
Yeah,
Another 3 days left.
We there was a bit of a gap between recording and getting the first podcast out, but we're going to try and shorten that gap. We record this on the Tuesday, and we're aiming to get weekly uploads on the Friday. So yeah, hopefully Dan can pull his finger out and get it sorted.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dan.
mate, you do it then. Come at me.
Mate,
with
I had to
bullshit.
edit the Gears video.
Oh, it's just a ball like one of the others can do it.
Luke and Dale need to start pulling their finger
You've got
out
no
as well.
chance of me having the time to do it, soz.
Not with buying a house and uni work and all this and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Dale shirking responsibility. It's the story of his life, really. I tell you what, boys, I'm glad we're not videoing this because I'm sat here. I'm not gonna lie, without a shirt on, I am absolutely sweating my nads off.
I'll bet that's a sight.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Kind of enjoying it.
boobs, belly, everything hanging out.
Nicely done, mate. Nicely done. Looking like Bubbles from Little
If
Britain.
if the listeners are into that sort of thing, I may set up an OnlyFans page, but you'll
Please do.
have to
I'll
show the support
definitely
first.
subscribe to that.
Maybe that's the way forward.
I think it might be, you know.
OnlyFans for everyone.
That's a hell of a jump though. Gaming podcast into OnlyFans.
Well, you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel, become a channel member, and you get a little something extra.
Yeah, nice toe photo.
Maybe we should do like a nude calendar.
Oh, mate. No one needs to see that.
No one wants that.
Anyway, let's move on, shall we? So this week, we are going to talk. We have a sort of the way we're going to structure this is each week we sort of have a main topic to talk about. Of course, last week we talked about the PS5 reveal. This week we're going with fairly topical news. As of yesterday, Microsoft announced that Mixer is shutting down. Mixer is going to be no more as a streaming platform.
Wah, wah,
They
wah.
They are instead going to partner with Facebook and with Facebook Gaming, which I didn't even know was a thing until they announced this.
So, let's go
Did
from
you
one.
know?
Let's go from one shit idea to another.
Well,
Basically.
you say that it's not done too badly. I'll delve into that in a minute. But all of Mixer's sort of everything to do with Mixer is going to finish by 22nd of July, so just a month yesterday. So yeah, everything is sort of going to be transitioned over. But it was quite interesting that Xbox basically came out and admitted that Mixer just can't compete with Twitch and YouTube, and rather saying it in a sort of fanciful way and beating around the bush, they pretty much just came out and admitted that, yeah, it's not got the following that we thought it would. It's not got the sort of the amount of users. Oh, what was that? Dan, Jesus.
Oh!
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
Oh, he says he doesn't want to
Sorry.
edit it, and he's the problem.
No, fine. We're keeping that in.
Cool. What are you trying to do?
Turn it down a
Blow
bit,
our
though,
blow our viewers' ears off.
No, yeah, just trying to keep them on their toes.
Christ, my mum's deaf, and oh, Jesus Christ, I feel like I am now.
Sorry, not sorry. Thank you.
Shame you both might be deaf, but it's a shame you're not as good looking as your mum, Dad.
So less of that, please.
I've got to get. It's going to become a weekly feature. I've got to get some comment about Alison.
Shock. Not that I'm surprised
Beautiful woman.
at all whatsoever.
But okay, let's get back on topic before I was rudely interrupted by Dan's technical difficulties. Yeah. So what do we all think of the whole Mixer situation with it shutting down, with it, with Xbox, with what they've said? Who wants to go first?
Well, to be honest, I'll go first. But yeah, I'm really, really not surprised. Really not surprised. Like whenever I saw someone streaming on Mixer, I was always like, yeah, Mixer's a bit crap in it. I'd rather watch Twitch, and I think that's basically what everyone else's view is. To be honest, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
It's
same. It's just a waste, isn't it? Well, you Mixer try to compete, and then obviously Twitch are just a bit too good.
Yeah.
I think all the following's already on Twitch and YouTube already. Then why would people transfer themselves from those two platforms to a Mixer?
Well, you say that, but they did basically buy out Ninja and some of the top streamers on Twitch to try and get them across, and it didn't work at all. Probably more of a
Mixer
money
was
pit.
good for Fortnite, and that was about it. And that's mainly because that's what Ninja played.
But then I think Fortnite fell off a cliff really, because whenever that war started coming out, people moved across.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it was always going to be a struggle to compete with, Twitch and YouTube are already very well established. But what sort of message do you think that this sends then to Xbox, like Xbox's competitors, and like to Twitch and that, like just coming out and openly admitting that they're not as good?
I like it.
Like, do you think? Yeah, you think it's a good
Honesty's the
Well,
best
everyone-
policy. I've always lived by that. And I
Everyone
think
would be thinking the same, wouldn't they? Anyway, everyone would be thinking, "Oh, it's just because Twitch are better." So at least they got there in the first place and went, no, we're a bit shitter, aren't we?"
And don't forget
Then
as well, is they don't actually think of it this way, yeah. Like it doesn't really make a lot of difference to the competitors because at least Xbox can say they tried to take on Twitch.
Why are they still carrying on? Why are they joining up with Facebook and then doing it again?
Because it's less of a money pit, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess they want to still try and have their name out there, still try and compete.
They should just work with Twitch or YouTube just to streamline the streaming concept on the new Xbox, I think, rather than try and work their own.
I have to say, the one
The
thing I
right
did
solution.
prefer over Twitch on Mixer was the like sometimes if you scroll through Twitch, you can find some absolute shit on there, like a girl sitting there whispering into a microphone with a low cut top on that has like 1,000 viewers just because she's got her tits hanging out.
And you're saying this is bad viewing?
Well, yeah. When you think about the platform that it is and what it's trying to do, yes, it's
At the
fucking
same time,
horrendous.
is she eating hot and spicy noodles?
Yeah, but that's
Because I watched
it's
few
not a
streams
porn
like that
site,
and
man. If you want porn, you go on Pornhub. You don't,
Mate,
you
I
go
don't
on
want
Link-
porn.
you
I
don't go on
want someone
Twitch.
to slowly eat noodles in front of me.
What is wrong with you?
This is taking a turn.
Why you just get Maddie to do that?
It's just not the same. 'Cause I like to watch
Oh
it.
God, tell
I
her
like,
that.
I like to watch it from behind the sofa with the curtains open, so so then people walking past can kind of see what kind of a degenerate I am. I like, public humiliation.
Wow, wow. I
Jesus.
feel like this is
So,
going to turn into a
mixes of
counselling
shit out.
session.
Fuck.
Wow.
Hell.
This is
I don't even want to know
Yeah,
what he's
Christ.
doing right now.
This
Oh.
has gone into an interesting discussion.
Anyway,
Let's try and stray back to the subject. As we mentioned Facebook Gaming briefly, it was only launched in April. But I suppose with this new partnership then, do we think Facebook Gaming is going to be successful?
Well, given the fact
No.
that this is the first I've ever heard of it, no.
Yeah, no chance.
you just see like the odd snippets of like streamers on Facebook, and that's about it. There's nothing that's gonna ever rival Twitch. Really, it's too big now. It's like, well,
If they're... Oh,
what
carry
can you
on,
do
Dan.
different? I was just gonna say, what can you really do differently that Twitch isn't? They had the hot zone on Mixer, I think, which was a cool concept. So like people who are on like streaks on games would get put at the forefront, even if they've got like a seven viewers and stuff. You can make the homepage. That was pretty cool. I don't know if they do that on Twitch.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't
That
think
was
they
quite a
do.
cool
That was a thing.
concept.
I think Twitch is all down to viewer numbers, is it not? Is it not? That's the way you
yeah,
rank.
basically.
Yeah.
I think you can sort by different sort of filters, but yeah, it's mainly just to do with viewers.
I like that aspect of it, but I didn't even know that even did that because I must admit I watched Mixer like once maybe the whole time it was actually there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the only times I ever used Mixer is if my mates were streaming from their Xbox.
that's it. I think it was when we were doing the 1v1s on Smite where we were forced to use Mixer because I think they, or well, I was just saying that Xbox forced you to use Mixer, didn't they? Through their own, you literally just press one button and away Mixer went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing Facebook Gaming can do differently is that it will obviously show the streams on people's news feeds. But then again, you're only on Facebook. You're not on Facebook for hours. You're on there for a quick scroll through, really, aren't you?
Yeah, but then I suppose it's like anything. If you're scrolling through and you see something you like, catches your eye, you just stay.
I mean,
there,
think
won't
about
you?
how many
Be
times you
inclined.
do that on YouTube. Like, I've just found myself in a black hole some nights. Like, I've been sat there watching something I want to watch. Like, I don't know, for instance, I wanted to watch Vicstar play Warzone. And then all of a sudden, I'm watching, like, some bloke jumping off a bridge from, like, 200 foot up into, like, a small pool of water and he doesn't die.
You've got some weird stuff on YouTube, man.
Yeah,
That's
but it's just the
impressive.
dark hole that you get yourself in, mate. You just find all these random
I mean,
things.
I
think
go into YouTube holes, but they're not quite that dark. I mean, I was speaking to you, like, I've been watching loads of like strongman stuff recently, and it's just made me want to do loads of eating challenges.
I could just see
That
Jamie's
would be
next
amazing.
YouTube series is like Jamie's doing mukbangs. Just sat there, just munching his way through like fucking a whole entire menu of McDonald's in one sitting. I would actually
Mate,
watch
if
that.
someone's willing to pay for that, I'm there. Do you know what I mean? I can't really afford to finance that myself, but if someone, if anyone out there wants a sponsor, then get in touch.
Nice.
I reckon I could eat 3 jars of gherkins.
3 jars of
I reckon I could
Yeah, I
give
bought
I
some
reckon I could
today.
give that a go as well.
Mrs. Ellsworth, boy, she's got some crazy brine, boy. I don't know what's in that pickle juice, but that is tasty. You compare it to the
Dan,
Tesco.
what is wrong with you tonight? What is going on?
I think it's
Nah, I'm
the Welsh influence on him is just taking its toll, mate.
I'm just speaking my truth, Jamie.
He's just in a weird mood this evening.
Just
I mean,
feeling good.
He's
feeling
always
good.
been strange, to be fair.
Yeah,
Cheers.
that is a point. But anyway, so one thing as well, we were talking about how successful Facebook Gaming could be. So I got viewing figures for the month of April in terms of how many hours people watched these platforms. So Twitch was by far and away, obviously, the biggest. 1.5 billion hours.
Jesus.
Whoa. Oh, that is-
Twitch.
That's
a long
Just
time.
of sad people with
Just
not
in
a
the
lot to do.
That is, I'm included in that number.
So am I, but-
But that was just in the month of April, 1.5 billion hours.
Yeah, but don't forget as well, is you've got to take into consideration there that was also the first month of lockdown across the globe. So you probably had a lot more than normal.
Yeah, I guess so. Second place was YouTube with 461 million hours,
Solid effort.
which is still
That's a big.
still a lot.
There's a
That's
lot,
a
but there's a
long
big
time.
difference between those two already.
Facebook Gaming had, considering this is the month that it launched, 291 million hours.
That's not bad.
That's a decent effort. That's only 150 million hours. There's still quite a lot.
No,
but
I rate
still,
that.
In the,
I rate
in the
that.
grand scheme of things, that's 150 million hours shy of YouTube. Whereas Mixer, in the month of April, 37 million views, or a million hours, sorry. Twitch had over 30 times more viewing hours than Mixer.
Be
Jeez.
unbelievable.
All really.
So
Yeah, that's not good.
It kind of just puts it into perspective.
It's no
really,
surprise
doesn't it?
they're canning it.
So obviously with Mixer shutting down, the big news coming out of it, Ninja mainly. There's another streamer called Shroud.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't say I've ever heard of him, but he's big news apparently.
Wait, what?
Shroud.
You haven't heard of Shroud?
How have you not heard of Shroud? He's like one of the biggest streamers in the world.
He's one of the best.
He used
as
to
well.
play.
He's the goat,
um,
boy. He's the goat.
Luke, do you know who he is?
I know who he is. Yeah.
Who did he used to play for, and what game did he used to play professionally?
Cloud, I know.
Ooh.
Cloud 9 or something, and it was a
Cloud9
CS:GO.
game in CS:GO. That's it.
Yeah, I'm not fangirling, boy. I just like his YouTube videos.
He needs to do something with that haircut though, because he's starting to look like I'm not even going to go there actually, because I probably can't say.
Yeah, they've essentially now become free agents. Apparently, Mixer or Microsoft or whoever offered them like double your money deals to go over to Facebook Gaming. They were that desperate to hold on to them. They were essentially willing to like double their money in their contracts, but they both said no.
Yeah, they both said no. They probably didn't say no because of the platform it was on. They probably just said no because they know full well that they can go back to Twitch and earn more money just from their own viewers.
Well, Shroud probably could, but Ninja's burnt a lot of bridges. I feel like Ninja and Twitch have a very difficult relationship.
I mean, I think
I
I
can
would
see
have
him
a
going
difficult
there.
relationship with him because he's a fucking cock.
I mean, fair enough. But I think if I had to guess, I would imagine Ninja would probably go to YouTube.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
But I can imagine Shroud going back to Twitch.
I mean,
yeah.
let's be serious. If either of them just said, fuck the lot of you, see you later, they're probably going to die very rich people regardless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like apparently in his Mixer contract, like during his entire stint on Mixer, apparently Ninja made about $30 million,
Wow.
and
That's
Shroud
a-
apparently made about $10 million.
That's mad.
Oh, that's just too much money.
While I'm sat here 9
Oh.
to 5 earning way less.
Mate,
Motherfuckers.
I need a new toaster as well. That's just a bowl ache, boy.
Get a Facebook
yeah,
game in
it's-
a mixer, Dan.
What? Oh, I would if I could, honestly.
Judging on
I'm
his
not good
technical
enough at-
difficulties, I don't think he can cut.
no,
No.
I'm not good enough at games anyway.
Yeah, you have
Play
kind of fallen
NBA
off a cliff,
amicably.
actually.
It's because I only play one game, boy. That's the
Yeah,
that's
but
the
mate,
only
you've
reason.
lost it. You've actually lost it.
1v1
remember back
me
in
on
the
Smite
day.
right now.
Bro,
Walk on.
don't
Pick,
even-
pick your game.
Don't
Pick your
even
game,
bother.
son. I'm
I'll
back,
pick-
baby.
I'll pick your game.
Tag
in a
me
minute
in,
if you
coach.
carry on.
Nah.
I'll
You've
pick
always
NBA
been-
and thrash your ass, innit?
You've always been worryingly bad at games, Dale, and the more you play them, the progressively worse you get as well.
Yeah, but I'm there
which
as a
is also-
support function for everyone else. So that you can all sit there and laugh at me and make yourself feel better about the game and how you're playing in the game. So
I
actually,
appreciate you taking that role.
I'm taking that role to be a good friend.
Well, thanks, Dale.
That's definitely not why you do it.
No, I do it just to get rage at the TV screen, to be honest.
I think we found our new intro, boys. That whole snippet from Dale. I play that every week.
Cheers.
But so doing some more research as well. Apparently, when we were briefly touched on the sort of viewing figures, apparently Shroud used to average about over 10,000 concurrent viewers when he streamed on Twitch, whereas on Mixer he used to average just 5,000 people.
Yeah, that's about
So
right.
just because of a different platform, his audience is already halved.
Yeah, that's a big difference, especially with all like the subscribes you get from Twitch compared to whatever you get from. I don't even know what you get on Mixer.
Yeah, I've never watched Mixer sort of for a length of time, so I wouldn't know really how it worked. Okay. Just looking as well. So apparently, people who are partnered on Mixer can immediately switch over and become partners on Facebook through the streaming service as well. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess it kind of, if they switch over, then they'll just build that audience up straight away. I guess if you're that big and you have your own community, then they'll follow you wherever you go. But do you think they should just be handed that, or should they have to sort of earn it again? Or
No, definitely, I think they should be given that, because I don't think they even knew Mixer was shut down until like the day we found out, like a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
I read something as well. Apparently, when the whole coronavirus thing started, Mixer paid all their partnered streamers $100 each just to help them out.
That's pretty cool.
That's a nice gesture.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, they're still shit.
Doesn't change the platform, but yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought it was something nice. And also as well, so apparently Facebook Gaming is going to use xCloud, which is it seems like Microsoft's own version of Google Stadia. It's like a cloud game streaming service.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It does make sense for them to go down that route. They have all the servers and stuff like Google has to back themselves up to do that, which I don't think Sony have.
Because Sony is shit.
Sony has VR and Microsoft have Google Stadia
Cloud gaming,
for their
yeah.
version. Interesting. But yeah, boys, just in general, your thoughts then, and anything else that hasn't been said on Mixer, because we've sort of delved into it a bit, but certainly not as in detail as we have like last week with the PS5.
The problem with me is that I don't really know enough about it to have an opinion, because I haven't watched it. Because I thought it was shit when it first launched, because I was just like, Twitch has everything that I need.
I think, okay, so what I want to pose to you then, so what Mixer could have done differently. So rather than say they just took Ninja and Shroud and stuff, rather than go for particular streamers, why didn't they go for, say, a particular game? And then what I mean by that is, say they went for, I don't know, COD or FIFA or something.
Well, they kind of did in some aspects, because they took the whole of Smite esports to Mixer.
Yeah,
that was no longer on Twitch.
But then, in the grand
I don't know
scheme
whether
of
there were other
things-
games. That was the only game I literally know that moved on to Mixer. But then
Yeah, but how big is the Smite audience compared to
probably
other?
a drop in the ocean, I would expect.
Well, that's probably why they couldn't, because I doubt the AAA games would be like that would allow one streaming service to stream their game.
The
Because you
problem-
want mass views
Yeah.
across the board if you've got like a big game.
I feel like
Yeah, but then would the games have any say in that? Surely that's between like Mixer and the streamer.
What do you mean? Sorry. Oh, I thought you were talking about the game specifically though. So if they wanted to
No, so
cycle up-
like say they took, let's go for COD for example. If Mixer got who's big in the COD world,
Vikkstar.
Doctor Disrespect, Vikkstar, Nick Mercs, if they took all of those and essentially took the COD community from Twitch to Mixer,
via
do
streamers.
you think they would have had a better chance?
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but then if they're serious, they would have.
Yeah,
Do you think that's a different strategy?
Yeah, that definitely would have helped because they're not just like picking, from different areas. You got Fortnite, and then you got Shroud, which is pretty much anything FPS.
I just thought it might have been something I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah.
Thought
Yeah,
I'd get your
that's
boys'
probably the-
opinion.
Yeah, that definitely.
That was
would've-
probably the right play there.
Yeah. You should have pitched them, Jamie.
You see, well,
Tag me in,
they-
coach.
it's a bit too late. If they want to get me in for their, for Facebook gaming, then I'm all for
That's
it.
it.
But there's only so much one man can do. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I host this podcast. It's beyond my capabilities. Do you know what I mean?
And you
There's
still
not much
do
else I
a
can do.
really shit job of it as well. So thank you.
Well, excellent.
Wow.
That's not what all the fans were saying.
Well, the fans. Well, I'm not even going to say that actually because.
Was this your OnlyFans again?
Damn, I rake in the monies, all right,
I bet you do with your big toe shots, boy.
mate. The viewers will want to see your claws.
Oh boy, no, they don't want to see them. I tell
Don't
you.
put that out in public. It's a deformity, mate.
You'd think
No one needs to know about
you'd
that
go
kind
on
of
it.
stuff.
You'd go on the video. Oh shit. Achoo! Oh,
Oh,
oh. What was I going to
Allergic
say?
to that
I
bullshit
can't
you're
even
chatting about.
remember what I was going to say now.
bit of lobe came out there.
Fuck. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. Carry on.
Saying about Dan's claws.
Yeah, no, it's gone.
People,
Nah.
no, fairs.
And it's gone.
I sneezed it out.
Okay. So let's move on then to some other games that have taken my eye, so to speak. I mean, the big one probably. I think that we recorded this. We recorded the first podcast, and then the day after, EA announced that Skate4 was in the pipeline, and we were just going on about how they need to make a new skateboarding game.
They heard
That
us.
is-
They
Yeah,
definitely heard
they
us. They
heard us.
listen. They listen to the podcast.
Thank you,
Dan, are
Debs.
you happy now?
Oh, made beyond belief. Yeah, that Tony Hawk fucking game. I wasn't thrilled. In a way, disappointed. In a way, quite sad. But now, I'm happy, boy. Skate games have always been good. I've recently played that Session as well. That is kind of a different kind of skateboarding game, but that is also pretty naff. So they need to really pull something out.
Who's that made
Thank
by?
you, Jeff.
Who's that made by? Is that just the indie developer, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I can't remember the name. But yeah, they had some cool ideas. So I was talking to Yeti about it. So when you're on the skateboard, you like kind of lean with the triggers instead of like using the left analog stick to turn and stuff. Little concepts like that. They've kind of made it a bit more
More of a simulation.
realistic. Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. So EA come out as so the announcement broke EA's Twitter engagement record. There you go. It had 44,000 retweets and 141,000 likes. But I have some bad news for you, Dan. How about Skate?
Oh,
What's
no.
that now?
Well, they've announced that it's in the works,
All right.
but they've announced nothing else. And
Oh.
people are speculating that it probably won't be out for a couple of years yet, at least.
Oh.
So you're going to have to wait that little bit longer.
That's fine.
So I waited
Absolutely.
10, 11 years to play Tony Hawk. So
We
we
wait
can wait
another
another 2, mate.
4 or 5 years for a remaster of Skate 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realise how long Skate 3 came out. How long ago Skate 3 came out. Apparently it's been about 10 years.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did not even know that.
Yeah, they need
Great
to
game.
hurry up with that
Madness.
Skate 4.
You mentioned Tony Hawk there, Dale. That was another one I wanted to mention. I know we talked about it last week. But they've announced some pre-order stuff for the game. It's you get a demo. It's like Tony Hawk Pro Skater Warehouse, which apparently was quite famous on the original games or something. But if you pre-order it, you get that as a demo, which is available from the August the 14th. So you get an early taste. And apparently the pre-order comes with a game and in-game bonuses.
Oh, yay. Everyone loves in-game
Uh,
bonuses.
Of course.
Yeah, fucking
That's what we're all
colourful
here
fucking
for.
helmet, innit? Sick.
I'm not going to start him off again. So we talked as well last week about Assassin's Creed Valhalla and about I said I saw it up for pre-order for about 60 quid. Well, they've released. They've announced that there's more places doing pre-orders, and it's not as expensive as we initially thought. I saw it on Amazon for about £50. So it looks
Thank
like games aren't quite
God.
creeping up in price just yet.
Thank God.
I reckon it's still coming though for next gen.
I
They're gonna
don't
chuck a
think they
tenner
will
on it.
at the moment. I think it will be when the new consoles come out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Next gen, 60 quid, they'll slap it on.
Have you seen the news about the Xbox?
What about it?
The price is
That
talking.
they're half pricing it from.
They're improving the design.
No, so basically you've got the on release you've got the Xbox Series X. You've then got the Xbox Series S, which is the white smaller version of it, and it has no disc tray. And it's going to be about 250 quid.
So,
Nah,
so I've
it's
seen
not,
anyway.
boy.
That's
I
what
did
I've
read
seen.
about
Nah.
that, Dale.
So it sounds like a glorified GameCube then.
No, no,
Happy.
no.
it's-
If it,
So,
mate,
It's not.
fine
I did
by me.
read
If it
about
costs
it.
250 fucking quid, I'm having it.
but no,
Mate,
no,
the
hang
Xbox
on.
One
hang on,
X
hang on, hang on.
still costs 300 quid.
Hang on. So that Xbox Series S, they've said it's going to have a lot less graphical power than
Okay,
the
well, I'm
Xbox
not
Series
buying it
X.
Yeah, I was going to say, it can't just be, oh yeah, it's got no disc tray.
Look,
it's
I
half
was
the size, so we're
Going
halving the
off what I
price.
read.
Yeah, it's going to have nowhere near as much stuff as the Series X.
But at least
But
it makes it
it's
more
gonna be-
affordable for people.
It is going to be 250 quid, but you can play the next gen games. It's just going to be a potato console.
No.
Hey.
It's
If they
still going
wanna
to be better
improve
than the
the
Xbox One X though. That's what you're saying.
It'll be on par, I think. Yeah.
It's not going to be free if it's
Is there much point getting it if it's going to be pretty much the same?
Who knows?
No.
Well, you'll be able to
No.
get you'll be able to play the next gen games on it. I think that's what they're saying.
It's the Lidl of consoles.
Yeah.
I think that's unfair on Lidl, really, if you ask me.
Well, it's all knock
I was
off,
going to say,
innit?
don't diss Lidl, mate, because I'll be shopping there
Oh,
soon
mate.
enough.
I love a bargain. I'm not a Waitrose man. I'm more of a Lidl or an Aldi man. But you know, you've got to see the budget where it is, and you've seen Lion bars. They're called Raws. You're painting a pretty name on.
But I bet they taste pretty much the same.
No, I don't know about that. Different kind of chocolate, isn't it?
But yeah, if they want to improve the looks of the Xbox Series X, then that'd be great. Well, Destiny 2.
Oh.
That is a game that we all used to like.
Oh. How
Way back
they
when.
ruined that.
So there's another expansion coming out on the 22nd of September called Beyond Light. Don't know too much about it. Apparently Destiny's now on season 11.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's mental, mate. Honestly, it's mental. They fucked up the whole last expansion. Trials of Osiris, I think it was called, or that was one of the bits of it. And I had the unfortunate pleasure of playing it.
Mate, that was longer than the last expansion.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's been-
So the last season came with like extra bits and pieces, and they overhauled like the whole of the Trials of Osiris stuff. It was something Trials of something, I can't remember what it was called, and it was just fucked. Like it was fucked. That
As
whole
in-
game
Well-
is just fucked.
Well, the good news for Destiny fans is there's 2 more expansions planned in the works.
Ooh, yeah.
They've got expansions planned for 2021 and 2022.
Nice.
They've all got names and everything. That game is going to go on for a while.
My Destiny 1 went on for about 5 years.
I can't even remember when Destiny 2 came out.
Probably about 3-ish years ago, Luke.
Ooh,
There or
I think
thereabouts?
so. Yeah, 2017. I think. Yeah, 2017. Just searched it.
Nice. Well, yeah, there we go. Apparently, you can get a free upgrade for Destiny 2 from current gen to new gen consoles.
That'd be cool.
Cool.
What else have we got? Marvel's Avengers, the game.
Oh boy.
Now this,
Oh boy.
mate, it looks decent, right?
Bro,
So
I
it
think
was,
you've just made me literally do something in my pants that I haven't done for a while just by saying that.
I don't think I've even
so
seen
it was
anything on it.
announced in January 2017. This game, and it's finally coming. Much like Dale, I think. Released, apparently, it's going to be released on the September the 4th. For the current gen consoles. I think similar as well to Destiny, you can get a free upgrade to the next gen. So it's a Marvel Studios game, Avengers game, and it's based around a thing called A-Day, which is Avengers Day. That's like the story in the game. It was supposed to come out on May the 15th, but they delayed it apparently to work on refining it, although maybe really it was because of what's going on in the world at the moment.
Yeah, but would they not have thought that was a good time to release it? Realistically, because you've probably got more people playing stuff. Maybe people have got less money, but
then
if they haven't finished
but then
it.
it's like what COD did with delaying season 4. Do you know what I mean?
True. Either way, that sounds fucking sick.
Yeah, so it's a brand new story. It's separate from comics or what's going on in the MCU in the films.
Nice.
So I've got a bit about the story here. It all starts on A-Day, a holiday celebrating the superhero team, as Captain America and the rest of the team are unveiling their new high-tech Avengers headquarters in San Francisco. A catastrophic accident brings the celebration to a screeching halt, and the Avengers are blamed for all the death and destruction, leading to the disbandment of the team.
Oh
no. As 5 years later, I can't speak today. San Francisco has been rebuilt by AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, and superheroes have been outlawed. A young Kamala Khan, who's that? Miss Marvel, discovers a secret that shows the Avengers could have been set up, and it's up to her to start bringing the team back together.
I hope this isn't. Do you know? I really hope this isn't. I really hope this isn't just like your normal, typical like Marvel versus Capcom style. Like you fight someone and then you have a little cutscene, then you fight someone else and you have a little cutscene. I really hope this is like a open world style game. That would be sick.
It sounds more like it kind of sounds. It's drawing sort of comparisons to the Spider-Man game.
Okay, so it's looking like it'd be open world then if it's drawing comparisons to Spidey.
I think. Well, I don't know. I think maybe that's just sort of because it's being made by Marvel. Do you know what I mean? People are just like, I hope it's as good.
Because I'll tell you what I would love, right? And you may or may not agree, but imagine like a GTA / Destiny sort of like Division style Marvel game. How sick would that be?
That's very broad.
Yeah, but I mean like open world, yeah, but you can loot and you can like upgrade certain things. So like if you, for instance, you were Spider-Man, yeah, your webs do more damage or something along them lines. I don't even know. But
they did that online game though, didn't they? Was that Marvel? That
what
MMORPG like World of Warcraft sort of style.
Did they?
Is that Marvel or was that
no
DC?
idea, to be honest.
Who knows? Didn't have a clue.
Oh no, that's DC Universe. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no one likes DC.
But they've so there's going to be a story-driven campaign, engaging co-op, and compelling content for years to come. So it sounds the graphics look like awesome as well. Like they look proper good.
I'll have to look it up. I don't think I've really seen much on it, to be honest.
No, I'd never even heard of it before I was sort of looking into it today. So you can do multiplayer missions in co-op mode. It's a third person title with some RPG elements mixed in, letting you customize the look and abilities of your heroes. And you can play as different characters as well. You can play as Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Miss Marvel.
Hulk,
apparently,
all day.
And
But yeah, Apparently, yeah, they want it to be a living game. Living game is in parentheses, so they're going to add stuff to it all the time.
Like GTA.
So, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
What was the release date on
And
that?
then-
Have they said? Sorry. Did you say?
What did you say?
Release date?
September the 4th.
September the 4th. Cool.
And lastly, I think the last game that I wanted to talk about, we briefly touched on it last week, but now it is here. It's been out for a week or so. The Last of Us 2. Dan, I'll let you
Dan's
take the
just
reins on
died.
this one then.
Mate, I can't. I don't really have that much to add. To be honest, I haven't watched any because I don't have PlayStation at the moment. I'm gonna probably buy the new next gen PlayStation and have it on there. No,
What?
as well as I want to have both this
Whoa.
year. Yeah, eventually. But so I can't. Or I might buy the old PlayStation, play on there. I don't know, but I'm not. I've got to do my best to not look at any gameplay or footage
Until
of
you
that
get it.
game.
Well, I was going to tell you the ending.
No, don't do that.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, please don't.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I've seen people going absolutely mad for it. It's got some seriously good reviews. I'm seeing just if you just type in Last of Us 2 on Google, it's got one place is giving it 95%, one place 10 out of 10, one place 5 out of 5. It's it
Nice.
looks
It's a game breaking.
it looks
Stuff.
like they've done fairly well.
They always do though. I think it was like record sales or something for Sony because of it. Like it was a
Jesus.
ridiculous amount of sales within the first day. It's a brilliant game, brilliant story, man.
Whoa. Wow. I've just seen one on the thing on the side. You know, it gives you like a sort of summary thing on the side. And then one person rated it 1 star.
Well,
Their review is brilliant. This game is a slap in the face to everyone that loved the first game. What a way to start. Do not buy this and save your money.
Wow.
Before
that guy's a
apparently
troll.
one of the worst stories ever.
Yeah, that's a troll.
Wow. I like that first line though. It's a slap in the face.
It's probably Xbox right there.
I'm assuming he didn't like it.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah, so basically, from what we've learned, then it pretty much lived up to the hype, and it's just as good as people thought it was going to be.
Not surprised, to be honest.
Sweet.
So that pretty much wraps up everything I had for this week. But I will do what I did last week. I asked a question at the end, and I will ask one again today as we finish off. So, my question for you boys, is there a game that you saw was coming out and you were properly hyped for, and then when you played it, you were like, oh, this is nowhere near as good as I
Yes.
thought it was going to be?
I do have one. Can I start?
Yeah.
Watch
What's your ultimate gaming disappointment? I guess I'm trying to say.
Watch Dogs.
What game were you properly hyped for, and then you played it, and it was just didn't live up to your expectations at all?
Mine's got to be Watch Dogs.
Ooh,
E3 made
interesting.
that game look, it was the best thing coming out, and you play it and you're like, this is actually trash.
I quite enjoyed Watch Dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
It was way overhyped for what it was. It looked decent. They
I didn't
made it
play
look
Watch
really
Dogs
good.
2.
Yeah, well, no, the first one. The first one looked so good. You play it, and I was so disappointed. So disappointed.
Apparently, there's a helicopter outside my house. I apologise, Dan, if this picks up in the recording.
That's fine. Adds to
They're right overhead.
Yeah, it's just flown
the
over my house,
urban
mate.
podcast.
Do
we're
you
trying to
mind?
give. That's an image now I got because you said you were fucking butt ass naked before, didn't you? So you fucking
I'm not
leaned out the
butt-ass
window.
naked,
Oh,
right?
sorry, that's my own imagination. Sorry.
Dick
I got my
hanging in
man
the
thong
wind.
on. My balls are hanging over the edge of my seat.
Nice. Don't sit on them. That hurt, mate.
My granddad balls, you too, right?
With the Coke can.
Right, so Luke's gone for Watch Dogs. Please, let's try and keep this as
Sorry.
PG as possible. So Luke's gone for Watch Dogs. Dale or Dan, do you want to take the mantle next?
I can if you want. It's up to you, Dan.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on mine yet. So.
Alright, mine has got to be Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Interesting.
Because it was shit. I don't need to say any
Yeah.
more than that. It was fucking wank.
Yeah, but did you build it up in your mind as this
Well, I
is going to be
thought,
sick?
because I don't like sci-fi, sort of like futuristic bullshit games, and like I didn't really particularly like Advanced Warfare, but for some reason it had me hooked with all that exo shit. I just thought, you know what, I'll just give it a chance. It looks alright from what I've seen. Give it a chance. I think I probably played maybe one game after paying 60 quid for that and deleted it and never reinstalled it. It was literally like Halo meets Destiny. It basically wasn't Call of Duty anymore, and I didn't like it, so I put it down.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think Infinite Warfare is probably the biggest disappointment of the Call of Duty series.
Luckily, it came out with Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is its
true.
only saving grace.
Yeah.
Daniel?
I think I've got to go with the Division.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like the biggest letdown because
What?
I'll tell you why. Because that game, okay, so it was like around about it was like 2013, 2014, one of it, and they were building it up. Like it was near the start that they had mentioned stuff about it, like when the Xbox One was released, and then they kept building it up, and then you just see more and more YouTube videos just added on. It was on fucking TV, you know, it was everywhere. Just Ubisoft plug-in the Division, and then they bring it out. And I'm not talking about the later stages. I never played the later stages where they added a bunch of shit. I'm talking about the bare minimum game where they have been hyping up for time, and the absolute bore that game when it was released. Like you jump online and you go around a couple places with your mates, and at first you're like, oh, this is cool, you know. You go in this like a hazmat area you go through, and then everything's like kind of fucked up. You're fighting a couple of enemies, but then just the repetitiveness that Ubisoft games just churn out nowadays. And I think it's just added because that was the point as well where Ubisoft just dropped off for me.
But
Like
can I just say,
I
Dan,
used to,
it took you 150 hours of gameplay to realise this.
yeah, pretty much. But like,
So it couldn't have been
but
that
you gotta
bad.
think,
Yeah, but that is the point of the question.
You go back though. You think of like Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, yeah, Rayman, fucking The Crew, Assassin's Creed, like the originals.
Nah,
and
the
that.
crew was shit.
There's like the old school Far Cry's, all of the Splinter Cells, well, most of them anyway. It's just Ubisoft have made some absolute bangers, and then nowadays they just, I think it's since that point they've just gone downhill, which is probably why it's there for the biggest disappointment. Because it's also the biggest disappointment as a developer.
Okay.
I feel like he's just broken
No,
down.
Sorry, okay, I'm done. But yeah,
Is,
fuck that
yeah,
game.
it sounds like we've broken down there. Yeah, for me, two games come to mind. I can't really decide between them. Either, did anyone ever play a game on Xbox 360 called Crysis 3?
Yes.
That game was
It was
absolutely
shite.
woeful. And I was like, I saw it on TV and stuff, and I was like, oh, this looks well good. And I looked into it and stuff. I was like, yeah, this looks awesome. Whenever I played it, and I was like, this is absolute dog.
Yeah.
And then also, the original Star Wars Battlefront remake.
Oh yeah, good shout. Good shout.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was worse than a dog turd turning white.
I would actually say I'm actually going to agree with you. Can we
What an
disregard
analogy.
my choice of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare? I'm just going to back you up and go Battlefront.
So you did this last week. I asked a question like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
FIFA.
Need for Speed
I'm gonna
Underground.
copy him.
Someone else mentions another game. Oh yeah, can I copy him? Please?
No. Honestly, you've said
Get
you've said
original
it.
ideas,
It was shit. It was fucking.
I think
shit.
it's because of that added nostalgia. Because Star Wars Battlefront was such an integral part of all of our lives that when the EA had, fucking announced that we're gonna take the reins, I think there was a moment of silence where everyone thought, oh for fuck's
Oh,
sake,
speaking
no.
of Star Wars, did you not ever play the original racing game? Is it Star Wars Episode 1 Racer or something?
No.
No.
Oh, I used to play it on Nintendo 64. It was sick. They've released it on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. I was so gutted.
Get one.
I'd love to play. No,
Get a Switch.
no.
You'll be waiting a while, mate. They're not even in stock anywhere.
I don't see the point of a Switch, to be honest. Well, I see the point of it, but
It's just a
for
glorified
me
PSP.
I wouldn't use it. I bought the new Nintendo, whatever is it 3DS, the newest version of that,
Yeah.
just for the newer Pokemon games. I haven't even touched it.
What, even the Pokemon
So-
game?
No, literally, the Pokemon game still is rapid.
Oh my god.
However many years ago I bought
Go
that.
on,
Says it
Jen.
all. I'll stick to Football Manager, thank you. Right, I think that. Oh, actually, I want to address a comment we had on last week's pod as well. This is the last thing. So yeah, when we spoke about arguably the greatest campaign of all time, like story mode, whatever you want, a single player, we were discussing GTA. I can't remember his name. It's like there's like a triple H in there and then a load of numbers. I think. Let me see if I can just
I know
find
who
it.
you're on about.
Bear with me. I replied to his HHH7400. You should probably get a catchier username, to be fair, pal.
Wow, we haven't
said-
got many fucking subscribers, mate. Don't fucking get them to go already.
He might not even be subscribed. You don't know.
Good point.
He said, "Can't believe it got suggested that GTA 5 has one of the best storylines of all time, and nobody mentioned Witcher 3."
Never played it.
Well, that's what I replied to him and said. I've never played it, so I couldn't give a fair
Not my
comment.
sort of game.
But it seems like the kind of game that Dan and or Luke would play.
Yeah, played it.
I have played it. I've played it. I put a few hours into it. I just couldn't get into it. It's one of those games where it has too much to it, and my simple brain, I just couldn't get my head over it, and yeah, I could kind of stop playing it. I should probably pick it up again, carry on playing it, see if I can actually.
I noticed
get
you
into
did that
it,
with Red Dead after we spoke about it. You've been playing it the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's because of the last pod we did. We mentioned it, and I thought, do you know what? I'll give it a go. Got a bit further in the story, but yeah, I think The Witcher's another one where I have to pick it up again to see if I can get back into it.
Very good. Well, I think we will wrap up there
Yeah, just before Dan
for
starts
this
crying.
week. Well, this one's been going almost an hour, to be fair. But yeah, much shorter than it was last week. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, thank you for all the support and the feedback that we've had on everything that we've released so far. It's been really appreciated, and it's really good to see that you guys are enjoying like what we're doing and what we're putting out there. I know from from what I've done on YouTube and Twitch and stuff, when people say nice things, it makes you feel good and it makes you want to carry on doing it. So yeah.
And just
wanted to
to
say-
put it out there, for me, I thrive off of negative comments. So if you could just tell me I'm a cunt, bang, job done.
Wow. Yeah,
Dropping a C-bomb to finish. Let's go. One way to end.
Don't slate any of the rest of us, but
Just me.
just Dale. Yeah,
Just
that'd be great.
if you can make me hang myself, there's a prize.
Wow. Yeah, Dale spot
Front row
FGG
seats,
up
bitch.
for grabs. I know last week when I talked about our socials, I actually got our Twitter handle wrong, which is good. I said it was at Slightly Good Gamers, but it's at S Good Gamers. So
Well done, Jake.
yeah, go and follow us there at S Good Gamers. Instagram is at Slightly Good Gamers. Facebook as well, Slightly Good Gamers. You can find me on Twitter at JMOPlaysYT. The other guys as well. If you guys want to shout out your Twitters as well, we'll go around and say goodbye to everyone. So Dan, goodbye for this week. I hope you have fun editing this.
Yeah, I will. It's always been a pleasure with you lot. It's always fun. It's fun to do.
Yeah, sounds it. Dale, you
Yeah,
gonna be here next week?
probably not.
Excellent. Luke, goodbye for another week.
See you, mate. See you next week.
Bye,
guys.
Bye, guys. Bye. Enjoy your week.
But yeah, thank you for listening, guys. As Luke said, we hope you enjoy your week. Follow us on all our socials, and we will see you next week. That was pathetic.